Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jessica Flynn and I am the owner and maker of Flynn Sisters Boutique. And today we're going to be showing you a quick video on how I like to edit my cut files for keychain blanks. Now, a lot of you asked me for a video like this on a lot of my keychain videos because I typically do edit those keychain files for the acrylic blanks. So I will go over how I like to do that in this video. Again, we are using Cricut Design Space for this one. So if you're a Silhouette user, I'm sorry. But just know with all of these little acrylic blanks that you see for the keychains, when you purchase those, you do receive a file that's sized perfectly for the keychain. I just like to edit them a little bit and change them up for certain styles. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought in the comments. That's enough chit chat for me. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, you guys, so the first example I'm going to show you is this heart design. This is a blank that I got from zendies.com. I'll have a link down below. It's really easy to edit this file. I've already got it loaded into Cricut Design Space, so we're just going to pull it up on our canvas here. When you get this file, it's going to be sized exactly the same size as the acrylic blank, so you do not want to resize this. I'm going to duplicate this file just so we can see a comparison of what I'll be working on during this tutorial. So our first step is to click ungroup with our image selected, and then I'm going to delete all of the text from this file because I want to use a different font. So I'm just going to select each little text tidbit there and delete it with the delete button on my keyboard. Next, I'm going to remove everything else about this file that's going to make my life difficult when I go to cut the vinyl. Each one of these hearts has like a drop shadow to it. So to remove that, I'm going to select each heart one by one, click ungroup, then holding down Shift and Control on my keyboard, I'm going to click all the unnecessary pieces to that individual heart, and then I'm going to click delete on my keyboard. Okay? So in other words, for each one of these hearts, I'm going to select it, click ungroup, then delete all the unnecessary elements to said heart. I'm repeating that process for all three hearts on this file. Once I've got that done, I'm also going to consider how I'm going to cut this with my vinyl. So these hearts are overlapping, and I don't want them to overlap because I don't want to see seams in my vinyl. So next, we're going to start slicing the pieces. But before I do that, I want to make sure that these are arranged perfectly. That black part that's behind it is the exact shape of our actual blank, so we know where things are going to lay on the blank with a vinyl after it's cut. So I'm going to use that to reposition these hearts after we've removed the drop shadow before we slice them. So then I'm going to select this main heart right here that's going to stay whole. It's not going to be sliced. And I'm going to duplicate that and set it off to the side. We're going to need that later to make our life a little bit easier. Then I'm going to go back and select the green heart. Then I'm going to hold Shift Control on my keyboard, and I'm going to click on the purple heart, and then I'm going to click Slice. After I click Slice, I'm going to delete the slice pieces by selecting them on the layer menu here to the right hand side of our screen. So see the little slice result, we're just going to click on that and delete it. I'm going to do the same thing with the blue and the purple. So I'm going to click on the blue heart. I'm going to hold down Shift Control on my keyboard so that the purple and the blue heart are both selected. And then I'll click Slice and delete the unnecessary slice results. I am going to keep the blue slice result though. I'm going to select it. I'm going to click Shift Control on my keyboard, and then I'm going to click on the blue heart, and then I'm going to weld it because I still need that slice result to be connected to the blue heart. Okay, stay with me here. And then we're going to repeat that process for the green and the blue heart. Because again, we want to avoid the 3 different hearts to overlap in vinyl when we go to put them on our blank. If you don't care about your vinyl overlapping and those seams showing, then you can go ahead and skip this step, but I like them all to lay flat. So here you'll see all 3 hearts connecting together. They're not overlapping. They're all sliced and happy, and it looks just like it did in the original file. Next, we're going to add in the words in the font that we like. So I'm going to click the text feature to the left-hand side. I'm going to go up to the fonts options. I'm going to click on system, and I'm going to search for the font that I want to use. Today, I'll be using Sunray for my font. This is a font that I already installed on my computer earlier. Once we have our font selected, I'm just going to type in whatever words I want. So for this first one, I'm just going to type in Be Mine. Now you'll notice when we type that in, there's a huge gap between the B and the mine. So I'm going to go up to line spacing up here at the top, and we're just going to keep clicking the down arrow for the line spacing feature until the B and the mine come together nicely. Once I've got the line spacing how I want it, I'm going to weld these letters together by just clicking the weld feature to the bottom right hand side. That's going to make sure that they all stay together. Then I'm going to place them in the green heart where I want and resize so that it fits in there nicely. Once I have it positioned how I want, I'm going to click offset, and I'm going to move my slider until I get the desired width for my offset. You can use the left to right arrows on your keyboard to adjust that slider as well. Once we get the desired thickness for our offset around the B mine, we're going to click apply. Then we're going to select the offset layer and the green heart by typing, holding down the Control and Shift key on our keyboard so we can select both at the same time. And then I'm going to click slice. I'm going to delete all the unnecessary slice results. So what I'll be left with is an outline around that B mine right in the center of that first heart. I like doing this because I just think it adds a cuter element to my keychain design, so you could still see the glitter through and around the text, especially if you make, like glitter keychains. And it also helps the text, I think, stand out better against the vinyl. I changed the color of the B mine so you could see what I mean by that a little bit better. And then I'm also going to repeat that same step for the remaining 2 hearts. So again, just typing in the desired words that I want, changing the line spacing, then resizing them so they fit appropriately in the heart. And again, I'm going to do that same offset slicing technique that we did on the first heart, only this time you'll see how the words for the purple heart kind of intersect or overlap the blue heart. So I did have to select the XO and the blue heart and slice it just to make sure that everything looked right. If you wanted to skip that, you could. But the reason I sliced it was so that it wouldn't overlap or be underneath the blue, and I wouldn't have to trim that later with like an X-Acto knife or something. So the goal here is for everything to fit together nice and beautifully, and for everything to be laid flat and cut as easily as possible. So anytime I'm editing these cut files, I'm always thinking, what would be the cutest way to design this while also making it the easiest to cut out of vinyl? All right. So again, we're repeating this process for all 3 hearts. so that I get the desired text and the desired look that I want. And I cannot stress this enough, make sure that you are not resizing the actual shape and size of the overall file, okay? So no time in this tutorial did you see me resizing everything all at once. You could tell if you compare the original file that we pulled up to the left-hand side that it's the identical size as the one that we've edited now on the right-hand side. And I just want to show you close up kind of what the new one looks like after I've gotten done editing it. And I'll also show you what it looks like on the actual keychain. Sorry, I forgot to mention, you can also delete this back piece right here. Again, that was just kind of a template that shows the exact shape and size of the keychain blank itself, so you know where everything's gonna lay. Next, I'll show you how I edited the Planchette blank file. Again, this is a blank that I purchased from zindys.com. They will email you, or you can download the file that comes with your blank from their website. You can also go on Etsy and find like different versions too if you wanted to, but I just like to edit the ones that they give me. So once I pull that file up in Cricut Design Space, I'm immediately going to ungroup everything. I'm going to delete this one here because I don't need it. So I'm going to click ungroup again for this one that I will be working with. And I'm going to just start taking it apart layer by layer. I discover here this top layer with all the stuff on it is the one that I want. This is the only one I'm going to work with, and I'm going to delete the rest of this stuff because it's all too detailed, too many fine cuts. That's going to be a pain in my butt. So I'm just going to delete all this extra stuff. And then we're going to take this top layer that I want, and with the top layer selected, we're gonna go right to contour. Once we're in contour, what you can do is you can select everything that you don't want included with your cut. This has a lot that I don't want included with my cut, so instead of clicking all 26 of those letters and the goodbye and everything else, I'm just gonna click hide all contours, and then I'll click on what I want to keep. So what about this design would cut easily with my vinyl? That's what I'm going to click on. And we should be left with something that looks like this after we exit out of that contour screen. Next, I'll be adding text to this. So I'm just going to click text. I'm going to type in what I want it to say, which in this case will just be goodbye, which is similar to what was already on the planchette from the original file. And then I'm going to search for the font that I want. In this case, I think I ended up using Barley. On the original one, I think I used Brittany for the font, but I don't have Brittany installed on this computer, so I'm just going to use Barley. Once I have the font changed, I'm going to resize this to the size that I want. And then I'm going to click on offset because this is a really tiny script font. Like the lines are really skinny. So we're going to put an offset around this to the lowest possible option. So I think it's like 0.01 or something like that. And then I'm going to click apply. This is going to put a very thin outline around my text and make it just thick enough. So you'll just want to delete the original version and only use the offset version. I actually decided to just use the original version for this example. I'm going to change the color of this goodbye so I could see it better. And I'm going to size and position it on my file here to where it makes sense and looks good. And with the text selected, I'm going to click weld. After I click weld, I'm going to select both the planchette and the text, and I'm going to click slice. I'm going to delete our text and the slice result so that I'm just left with one thing to cut for this cut file. Here's what it looks like on the keychain. It was so much easier to work with the file like this after I had edited it. But anyway, that's it for this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you liked my video, please be sure to give us a big thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I upload new videos every Wednesday and Saturday. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again soon. And a big thank you to all of our Flynn Sisters exclusive members. Thank you for your pledge. Your support means the world to our channel. If you love this video, you could check out our last video here. Also be sure to find us on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, and of course subscribe for all our new videos that come out every Wednesday and Saturday. Thanks so much for watching. See you soon.